Hello friends, James Stevenson back with another expose on electric vehicles. Do they not work if it's extremely hot? That's what a headline from Bloomberg Climate ironically said. We'll get to that in just a minute after I show you the Loki cam, where Loki is expectantly waiting on his breakfast. This is an episode of Breakfast with Loki. So let me grab Loki his breakfast. Yes. There you go, buddy. Okay, if Loki wants to eat his breakfast, you'll see him do so in the Loki cam, which you can keep an eye on right here below me as I turn my attention to this tweet from @BattleAngelViv on Twitter, one of the original Third Row podcast crew members, Viv, who tweeted the sole purpose of this headline, retweeting Bloomberg Green @Climate. The sole purpose of this headline is to discredit EVs and sustainable energy. The fact that it's posted from their climate handle, of all things, is infuriating and deeply saddening, yet entirely unsurprising. For the record, EVs work completely fine in hot regions. I decided to jump in and reply there with @Climate saying EVs don't work if it's hot. Californians, what are Californians saying? Well, they're saying, let's buy Teslas. The Tesla Model Y and the Tesla Model 3 were the number 1 and number 2 selling models in the state of California in the most recent ended year, 2022. Oh yeah, and, Model Y is the number 1 selling vehicle in California so far this year as well. Here's an article from Reuters marking that occasion. You can see Model Y sold 87,000 units and change, 78,000, almost 79,000 Model 3 units sold in California last year. So both of these selling way more than the number 3 seller, the RAV4 SUV from Toyota. And the Toyota Camry, which sold 56,000 units almost last year. So Camry used to be the number 1 seller back in 2021 before Tesla was making enough Model Ys. Since then, they've ramped up production of Model Y, and the China Shanghai Gigafactory is helping with the export market, so Fremont doesn't need to export as many of those Model Ys. Also, Austin and Berlin are making Model Y now, so that's what's going on there. I also wanted to reply, and before you say EVs don't work in the cold either, here's some more news you can read. This one says Tesla Model Y broke the 53-year-old record in Norway for the best-selling vehicle. That had been the Volkswagen Beetle. And Tesla announced that Model Y broke that record with 8 or 9 days left to go in 2022 before the end of the year. And Loki has decided to camp out in front of his food, but hasn't started eating his food yet. We'll see if he wants to eat some food and get a treat. And while we do that, what I'll do is back up to follow what Viv was originally retweeting. Here's the article from Bloomberg Green. Here's how they caption their tweet. Electric vehicles don't do well in extreme heat. Here are tips on how to protect your car. Oh, they just want to protect your car. Heat wave will cook your electric car battery if you let it, as EV adoption picks up in Arizona, Texas, and other U.S. states. Experiencing record high temperatures, drivers are learning to protect battery health. So, all right, let's follow the link through. Let's see what this article says here at Bloomberg. They have filed this under the category of green and greener living, as Loki dives into his breakfast in the Loki cam. Well, let's just read this article here. No thanks. I don't want to claim this offer to subscribe for uninterrupted access, whatever that means. So we'll just scroll down here. Oh, it means this article is behind a paywall. That's what that means. Well, let's read as much of it as we can before it fades out into oblivion. Consider it ironic or at least a little poetic, electric vehicles great for combating climate change don't do well in extreme heat. It's a paradox, being thrown into relief as multiple U.S. states bake under intense heat waves that are becoming more frequent. High temperatures aren't kryptonite for battery-powered vehicles. An EV in a hot climate has to work harder to keep its battery and its passengers cool, but the car will function just fine. Oh, well, why didn't you say that in the first place? Bloomberg, you wanted to bury that in paragraph 2? Okay. On a chemical level, though, extreme heat is akin to heart disease for EV batteries. Okay, so let's back up out of this article and just read the replies. Yeah, so here's the predictable or in snow, as though Tesla doesn't do snow and heat testing. Here's a guy saying electric vehicles don't do well in any situation outside of normal commuting. Warren Redlick jumped in here to confirm that he loves his Teslas. Working from home, no commute, lots of road trips, 44,000 miles in about 13 months on my new one. Absolutely love them. So clickbait, misleading, I'm in Arizona, and mine plus so many others have been doing just fine with 110 degree plus heat. EVs work fine when it's hot. Scott Palamas, I'm probably mispronouncing that, says this is not true. If it were, why would California, rather a hot place, be converting to EV with a massive 80 to 90% brand loyalty for Tesla, people rebuying? You should take this garbage post down, Bloomberg Climate. Loki, did you finish eating all your food? You did? Alright, well then you get your reward. Let's switch to the Loki cam and feed you your treat. Yes. Oh, what a happy dog. Oh, what a happy dog. Yes. Good boy. Good boy, Loki. Okay, another successful episode of Breakfast with Loki in the bag. I know there's one from Death Valley in here, so I'm going to keep going until I find it. My gas car is doing just fine in Texas in the 110 degree heat. Yeah, your Tesla would be doing just as fine in the 110 degree heat. Oh yeah, here we are. Here's Brandon at Brandon Tesla replying, extreme heat testing, Tesla Model S, 3, X, and Y. Our field quality engineers head to Dubai at the hottest time of the year to test Teslas. Teslas are fine. Did I pass the one from Death Valley? I think it's in here. Community notes would be helpful here. Yep. The title, A Heat Wave Will Cook Your Electric Car Battery Unless You Drive a Tesla, would fit better. Even other electric cars can easily deal with high temperatures. This article is just a populist, pro-ice approach. Amazing, from Bloomberg Green. Oh yeah, here we are. Driving Model S in the Death Valley desert. Looking good, guys. Remind me what state Death Valley is in. The hottest point in the United States. On any given day, Death Valley usually registers the highest temperatures in the United States of America. Oh yeah, it's in California, where the Model Y and the Model 3 are the two best-selling vehicles, and with the highest brand loyalty. I just made a video about that last week. And I guess with that, I will say, oh, I forgot to share my screen again. You've been watching Loki this whole time. So here's the photo from Death Valley. I'll scroll back up again. And yeah, here's the extreme heat testing by Tesla. So Tesla's looking out for you. If you buy a Tesla, it's not going to have a problem with its battery pack overheating. Tesla engineers thought of that and engineered really good battery cooling systems that keep your pack healthy no matter the temperature. And with that, I'm done. So I will check back in with Loki one more time, who is trying to get comfortable in bed. And I'll outro and say, if you've enjoyed today's video, click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, why not go ahead and subscribe to my channel over here if you're watching this on YouTube. And click the notification bell to be alerted whenever I post fresh content. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon or on X, or by joining my YouTube channel as my executive producers, Kathy Kitchler and Rebellionaire.com did, and I'll see you in the next one.